Record. Hello there. Welcome to Club Nintendo level 202. And it's very 203. My apologies. Let me update that thing. Very special one. We just had a Nintendo Direct happen, so lots going on this week. Welcome, Aaron. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. I'm tired though.
Yeah. It's been a week.
Yeah, and I think it's that time of the year. I feel like everyone gets tired around this time of the year, like season change.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the cooler weather.
Yeah, I'm trying to get used to it.
a little cooler than Texas.
Yep.
How are we doing, John?
I am also tired. I'm also feeling the seasons change. I feel like my allergies are like not cooperating with what's going on this year for some reason, which is usually falls like a relief time for me. So it's a little different in that regard. But yeah, I'm doing well. How are you, Tim?
Good. Yeah, I'm doing great. It's new iPhone season, and I'm actually getting one this year. So exciting times. It doesn't happen every year. So very excited. See what those are all about. And we had a lot of fun gaming news this week. And some cool announcements and some kind of interesting world events shaping one of the announcements, as we'll talk about here. And I don't know if we want to start there. The Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, I thought we were gonna lead up to the biggest announcement.
We might as well start there, right?
Start at the end.
Start at the end, right?
Yeah, well, it was a thing that everyone knew was coming, and
I
didn't have to wait an hour for it.
I didn't know it'd be coming. I wasn't sure what was going on for this event. Quite honestly,
I had a really good feeling that we were going to get something.
Yeah.
For this game, yeah, I did.
So I was quite frankly surprised we didn't get Wind Waker or Twilight at this event.
That's not coming. That's so fake. That's just not gonna happen.
Oh,
yeah,
I want it so bad.
They did those on like the Wii U, and that's it. That's what you're gonna get.
They're like the only games that haven't been brought over, and they're incredible.
So if they bring Zelda, or if they bring those two games over to the Switch, it's just going to set like a precedent to where they just continually have to bring them over to every...
No. But think of this. Switch is like the baseline new platform. I think going forward, there will be backwards compatibility to the next Switch. And this is like the base OS. And this is like the platform that everything kind of grows from. Maybe
the next Switch, probably. But Nintendo, even with them being pretty good with backwards compatibility, even longer, even before a lot of other people were, see like Wii to GameCube or GameCube to Wii. They even then they were dropping things off. The Wii U could do Wii games, but it dropped the GameCube. Like there's always kind of this ripple where I feel like maybe the next Switch will do backwards compatibility. Probably will. Maybe we'll see up-res games, kind of like Xbox and all that stuff that's going on now. But I feel like, does that mean that every Nintendo system from here on out is going to be able to play all these games we have now? I don't think so. I don't
know. I'm curious if we're in a different world, or if Nintendo does want to be wacky in another 2 or 3 generations and just do a totally different concept. But I'm not sure if they will want to make a separate home console and portable console, or if they're going to continue something Switch-like going forward, because it seems to be working for them.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they'll continue. I don't see them going back to having a handheld like dedicated. But to say that every system here on out is going to be compatible with existing Switch games is, I think, too far stretched.
That's fair.
I don't know. Just the rumor that it's going to be a double pack of 2 Zelda games. I just don't. That doesn't make sense to me from Nintendo's point of view.
I would think it would be one or the other.
Yeah.
Start with Wind Waker, and it'll be $60.
Exactly.
More expensive than the original game. I would mind you. The original was $50, I believe. So that's the Nintendo we're at now.
The trailer we got for this isn't really even much of a trailer, though.
We saw some new things, some new abilities. We didn't see him use glider. He used some other tools to traverse the sky, and he was like climbing up walls in a different manner in some ways too. Like we saw some different interaction styles.
Oh yeah, I mean they showed like a part. I mean, it was literally like maybe 5 cuts. It was the story, like the hieroglyphics on the walls, which is kind of telling the story, which we don't know much about. We know that it's about tears in the kingdom of Hyrule in some regard. They showed him on a glider at the end, that's kind of gliding around. So maybe there's some flying stuff. But other than that, Link was on a vine, and Link did some weird thing where these boulders were elevating through the air, and literally that was it. I think is all they really showed. No combat. Did they show any enemies? I don't think they showed.
No, there's this bird thing he was on.
Bird thing, yeah, like that's.
We got a release date of May 12th, so we have that date. I think that's Memorial Day weekend, so we'll have that weekend to enjoy that game.
Yeah, that's good. Release date's good. I mean, it's a little
farther.
That's
what we want. That's all we want, right? Just a release date.
Like, yeah, I wanted a little more footage. I think this is like the bare minimum of what they could have done, in my opinion.
And their timing could not have been worse with the name they decided to pick out. I'm sure, like months ago.
Tears of the Kingdom, or is it Tears of the Kingdom? They never.
Well, I think we're being led to believe it's Tears of the Kingdom, but as Nintendo Voice Chat had the crazy theory that I think may be accurate, it could be Tears of the Kingdom. Tears, maybe the kingdom's tearing apart, but doesn't matter. Like right now, a lot of people will call it Tears of the Kingdom, and that's not great with what's just happened out in England. So that is why the Direct never aired in England, which is just wild to me. Or maybe just that part of the Direct. I forget the whole story there.
No, they didn't live stream it. They just posted it as a video after the fact, which is like, it's literally the same thing because unless you're right there when YouTube starts streaming it, everyone's watching it after the fact. That's what YouTube
did. I watched it. I watched it like 40 minutes after. Like basically once it ended, so I could pause and like not go live.
And that's how 99% of people will watch this video. So I didn't really understand I understand the thought and like the empathy they were trying to show, but I don't think the execution made any difference. Like there's the people in UK still brought up the video and still watched it and saw the same stuff we saw. It just wasn't live. It just I didn't understand that, but I do feel for the people out there who are going through that and well, no, I've never been alive when in America where we've had a leader like that in my lifetime we haven't had a president die that was in office.
I feel like we as like Americans shouldn't really care about that because we fought a war to separate from the monarchy. So why are we suddenly so obsessed with the monarchy?
I'm not obsessed with the monarchy, but I empathize with people who look up to their leaders and
she was a rock. She was a rock and like
racism throughout the world.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Yeah, we can. There's a whole lot we can get into with. Yeah.
But I think people respected her just because she was very apolitical and just like was kind of a rock and was there so long and wasn't a drama queen, as they say.
She was, though. There was a lot of drama going on in a lot of communities around the world because of her.
Okay. Well, back to Nintendo before we dive too far off that. Jumping back, anything else about Zelda that we want to mention? Like, I'm super pumped for this. I want to see more. This looks great.
Yeah, I'm so ready.
So the one thing I was thinking, if it is Tears of the Kingdom, does that mean something to do with rain? Because Breath of the Wild
water levels, all water
wind.
Things.
Yeah. So I don't know. They did show like a bunch of stuff up in the sky, so like maybe you're going to be like dropping down from the clouds, kind of like in Skyward Sword. I don't know.
They did mention there earlier on. There's much more in the air stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this trailer. The second time I watched it, it felt more like they were cutting around, like they specifically had some footage like this is what you're able to use, and they picked literally the stuff that would show us the least amount about the game, which is what they do. They like holding stuff back, but literally I feel like I know less about the game now other than the name than I did before the trailer. Like the last trailer we got had more gameplay in it, didn't it? And more stuff, more.
Wasn't the last trailer it was just
the
like
only, I guess,
kind of
the only
walking
trailer.
through a cave?
Yeah, I feel like we got more mechanics in this quick short video.
Did we?
Yeah, we had him on that glider thing and like propelling up through something, and
that was it. Those are the two things. That's what we got.
And there was some climbing thing
I think there was
as well.
More action, yeah, because the last trailer we saw was literally just Link and Princess Zelda like walking through a cave.
The last one, let's see. There was the cave with the black goop.
Yeah.
It had Link falling from the sky. It showed some enemies. It did show some weird new stasis move where he went through like the ground a little bit, and then it showed the Hyrule Castle at the end, like levitating. I don't know. And then it said 2022, and this was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That was the last time we got footage from the game.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh man, it is wild. Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely leaves me wanting more, is what I'd say. This leaves me wanting to see more.
Yeah, it's funny when we got the announcement. Oh, we're using the Breath of the Wild engine, make a sequel. Oh, Majora's Mask style will be out in a year, right?
I feel like somewhere they mentioned like they wanted to get it out fast. Like
yeah,
at
like,
E3, there was some
5 years.
There was something that was insinuated that it was going to be a quicker turnaround time.
Yeah, this is the longest Zelda gap I think we've had for 3D Zeldas ever.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, which is wild. So, and maybe I don't know if it'll usher in a new system as Zeldas normally do. We'll see. I'm not sure the world's in a place where they would want to launch anything new next year, though. Like, man.
Yeah, like they're starting to miss the window. I feel like if they're wanting to get any sales off of any like new potential pro system, that window is rapidly closing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like PS5s are going up in price around the world, except in America with $1 strong.
No, it did go up in America. I'm going to fight this because they only sell the one now. That's the bundle. And that bundle comes with a piece of paper that doesn't cost them anything. This is a way they raise the price on everybody without actually raising the price.
You get a $20 discount on a beautiful game. That was
a first party game.
Come on.
I'm joking, but you're partially true. But
until I see them selling systems without these game bundles, I'm saying that they did raise the price. They just
it's funny. I think in prior generations they would bundle the game in at no additional cost. Like I'm trying to remember, like
this early on in a system when the systems are barely able to, like you're able to find one still. I don't think so. That's pretty. Usually they
they're trying to pump Horizon sales.
Yeah, like this is like the exact opposite of what you usually do. This is what you do when you try to raise prices. When you try to get more out of each system by charging a little bit more and putting something in there that is actually less value than it costs them, which is fine.
Yeah, they should really have thrown in like free PS Plus for a year.
That is where I'm upset. Give me a $50 PlayStation Network gift card or something where I can go buy whatever I want.
Yep, for sure.
I would have been much happier with that. Now, I don't know if that saves them as much money, which is probably why it didn't happen. But again, I just want to throw that out there. I think that the price of PlayStation 5 did rise in the US. They did it in a more tactical way.
You got a better deal than worldwide.
Yeah, true. I mean, if you're going to do something, I guess I'd rather get the game than not get the game. But
yeah. And the game's $70, and you paid $50 for the game.
I'd rather do anything. I'd rather just buy the system out of the game, but that wasn't an option.
Yeah. Did you look if people were selling codes on eBay?
Yeah, they're going for like $30. The codes are going for.
Okay, so that's not really worth it after eBay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that game's value is about $30. So that just tells you.
I mean, I love that game. I paid the $60 for it and I got the PS5 upgrade for free. So, anyways, back to the Direct. It opened with a Fire Emblem game, Fire Emblem Engage, that I have no interest in. Either of you have any interest in this thing?
I always have interest in Fire Emblem games, but I never get them. So it looks cool.
Yeah. What you, John?
No, this is too much for me. I can't.
Okay.
I can't keep up with it.
What do you mean too much?
There's a lot going on in this. I can't keep up.
Okay.
No, RPGs I've always been pretty light on, other than Pokemon.
Sure.
And what else is out there? I played some. Man,
did you play Xenoblade ever? Did you ever get into that?
No, never got a Xenoblade. Man, I guess I played some. Honestly, it's really just Pokemon. I was thinking of some other games, but they're really RTS games. There's like this game called Warlocked on Game Boy Color. I used to play the heck out of, but it was more of a real-time strategy game.
Okay.
I played a little Phantasy Star Online when it came to GameCube, and that was cool. But there's just so much to these games that, to me, can be. You got to dedicate a lot of time to get into them, and there's a lot of backstory already with Fire Emblem. I just don't have that much game capacity to add something like this.
Sure.
To I'm playing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Next up was It Takes Two, which I think is such a perfect fit for the Switch. This is a 2-player required game. You can either play online or in person. And I've only heard just glowing things about this game. I have not yet played it. I would love to find someone to play this game with. It sounds incredible and perfect fit for the console.
This game looks really weird.
It is. But I hear like every level is different mechanics. Like it's very creative and diverse in what you're doing.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting that the trailer makes it seem like it's a game for like not really kids. It was like
it's very heavy.
That were like fighting, and then they have to try to work through their relationship. Like,
and it's a hard game, from what I understand. You need to be you need to have played a few games under your belt. It's not like it can't be your first game. You give to someone in your house who doesn't play games. Like that won't work out too well.
So it's not like Snipper Clips.
No.
This is like a platforming adventure game. You're like
I think there's puzzles involved, maybe too. I'm not exactly sure. I just know the gameplay changes greatly from level to level, and if you're bored with one level, the next level will change that.
Yeah, you're like little tiny people. You're like little gremlin people or something.
Yeah, like they got shrunk down.
Yeah, shrunk down. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
An EA game. Not a big fan of, but
I mean,
I know
they just published I think an indie.
Yeah.
They won Game of the Year at a bunch of outlets last year.
Yeah, their other indie stuff has been good. The other game, Traveler's Tale, or what was that game called? Jeez, I don't remember. Oh man, it had like the little yarn people. Do you guys remember that game? The little red people.
I forget the name.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that game looked fun. That was published by EA. So
yeah. We got Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. Okay, cool. That seems interesting. I think that's been out in Japan before. Is that right? Is this like a port?
Well, no.
Okay.
No idea.
I think it's been out in Japan for a while. The last Fatal, if you guys remember, like 5 years ago, we probably talked about the last Fatal Frame game. Wii U as an online exclusive, like only in certain regions. I think it was maybe we didn't get the retail version. We only got the download. I don't remember. Right. But yeah, that was a big deal to get that game back in the day. But is this the first one on Switch? I think it is the first one on Switch.
I think so.
So that's cool to see.
Yeah. You go on a photography walk in a haunted house, basically. You understand.
Yeah, it's like Pokemon Snap Meet versus Resident Evil.
Yeah. We got Xenoblade 3 Chronicles 3 expansion pass wave 2, a new hero with a hero quest. This all looks great. At some point, I'll get the expansion pass. I'm going to finish the game first and then get it. I think.
So that game costs $90 to play. Is that?
No. Xenoblade Chronicles. With expansion pass? Yeah, it's 90.
Wait, the expansion's $30?
It's 60, and then there's a lot of expansions, so it's like a season of expansions.
Which is like so do you remember when they first brought Xenoblade Chronicle over and like they were charging like $90 at
GameStop.
Yeah.
Yeah, because GameStop was like, ooh, we want that money.
But no one's complaining about this $90 game.
Because the base game is $60 and it's like a 120-hour game baseline for $60. Like, how can you go wrong with that?
So once a game gets DLC, the full game with the DLC is the full game.
But even so, a 120-hour game, I'll pay $90 for. Like, I don't know. It's not like a 12-hour experience you're paying. Like, it seems still pretty good for the value and production. Like, it's very good production values in this game.
It's like
$90 for a video game is a lot of money.
I mean, it's a good one.
It is, but
how much was Smash when all is said and done?
60, right? Oh, with all the DLC.
Yeah, how much was all that?
That's a lot too.
It was a lot too, and I think it was too much. Honestly, yeah, I didn't get a lot of the DLC either because I thought it was too much. And, when I was buying all these PlayStation 5 games, a lot of places when I was looking around were charging like $70, which is
that's the base price for PS5 games for retail games.
For like when they first come out, I feel like it's pretty easy to find games after like honestly even a few weeks. It seems like
they go on sale. So they Nintendo doesn't go on sale as often, but Sony's games do go on sale if you wait a bit.
Yeah, but Nintendo for the most part, besides this, hasn't really had hasn't raised the price past 60 like
they haven't. And I'm kind of surprised this pass is not a part of the expansion pass. Like other DLCs are. This isn't.
The other DLCs are, but the other DLCs also became a part of the expansion like much long after they came out. Like this,
they were also multiplayer expansions, right?
A while after it was,
and they're also all of them are multiplayer. Like you have Mario Kart, you have Animal Crossing, which is multiplayer. I don't think there's any single player expansions on there, is there?
Yeah, the Splatoon 1 single player.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Okay, never mind. Expansion,
never mind. Yeah, the game itself is an online game, so it's an easier sell on that front. But yeah, I get it. Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, just something to think about. Like, I feel like video game prices are rising. I mean, obviously, prices are just rising, but
yeah, it's taking game developers longer to make games, so that sort of makes sense. I don't know.
But at the same time, I was able to go like just do a little bit of hunting, and a lot of those games I went for PS5, I found for like $20. And stuff somewhere else are on sale.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're trying to make the price higher, but I feel like like they're setting the price at 70. But like I said, they're dropping down so quickly. I feel like everyone in the market's just like, nah, we don't want to pay $70 for a game. We'll pay 60. If we really want it, we'll pay 60. But even then, it's like, nah, that's a lot too.
Yeah. PSN sales can be crazy good.
Prices just drop. Yeah, like crazy. Yeah. Like how long before the new Last of Us, which is a remaster of a remake, that only came out less than 10 years ago. It's $70. Like, is that a lot to ask for that game? That when you just wait a couple months, it'll probably be like
I think by the time the TV show comes out, you'll find it on sale. And I would wait, John, until you can get the PS5 version, and whenever you can get a good price.
Yeah,
play that.
Play it. I do want to play it.
Don't play the remastered. Wait for the PS5. Like if you haven't experienced that yet, experience that first that way. So.
Yeah, I'm excited for it, but not $70.
Yeah, and after you experience that, get part 2, which is also really good.
Well, hopefully it's the game. So I know Aaron said he liked it, right? Aaron, you really liked it.
Yeah, it was really good. It's probably one of my favorite games I've ever played.
If it's something really good, I'm just gonna want to play the second one. That's the goal, is to have a game that you love so much that you're excited to play the next.
You will definitely want to dive into.
And not like dreading it or
No, yeah. And I'm not a big fan of horror games, scary games, but that one, it's good, and it's not your traditional scary game. Anyways, There was
SpongeBob.
There's SpongeBob. Nothing to say there.
You sure he's riding a seahorse? Did you see?
Oh God. There was fitness, boxing, Fist of the North Star. That looked fun. Not much to say outside of cool.
Fist of North Star, man, that's an old school game franchise. That goes back to the NES. There's the NES game that was a fighting game that was North Star. So this goes way back, yeah.
It reminds me of like the Wii games where you're like, I mean, it's good exercise. And
dude, it looks like a Wii game. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it really does. I mean,
so there's that.
Yeah,
graphically not super impressive, but
nope. And then Odd Ballers. Okay. Not quite
Oddballers,
sure.
yeah, it's like a dodgeball game apparently. Where
that's right, yeah.
It's like almost like I don't know. You could call it close to brawlers, maybe not. I don't know. I really didn't look too much into it. They only showed it for like 30 seconds. It was pretty quick on the screen. But yeah, dodgeball. So if you're in dodgeball, this could be really fun. Again, another game that there used to be a lot more dodgeball games back in the NES days. There were a couple dodgeball games, I think. At least. There was Super Dodgeball. Not a super great game, but dodgeball's fun. So we'll see how this is.
Yeah. And then very exciting that Tunic is coming to Switch.
Yeah, this is super cool. This is something you just kind of thought was going to happen, especially if you had an eye on this game. But yeah, this is exciting to see because I definitely want to try this out and play through this.
Yeah, I've only heard amazing things about this game.
Yeah, I love
like the puzzles, and you're like, you should have a notebook, and it's like one of those games.
Yeah, just the visuals look really good. It looks like Zelda, obviously plays a lot like Zelda, but just graphically, I think it's really beautiful. Really love the character design. Love the cell shadedness. It's almost like a mix between Wind Waker and maybe a Link Between Worlds or Link to the Past, one of the older 2D Zelda games. It's got both worlds. So yeah, this is super cool. This is pretty big news. Hopefully they'll do a physical version because I'd like maybe like limited run games to do that.
I can see them doing that.
Yeah, seems like a good game to actually get that done for. So. But if not, I'm probably still going to download and play it because this is one I've been looking forward to.
Yeah,
just knew
it seems perfect. It seems perfect for Switch. Like
exactly,
this is on PS5, I think. I know it's an Xbox Game Pass game.
Yeah, it was a Game Pass game, I think originally. Yeah.
Yeah, but it seems perfect for handheld. So it'll look great on the OLED Switch as well. And then we got Front Mission 1 and 2, and then 3 at some point in the future. 1's going to come out first, and then 2 sometime next year, and then 3 sometime in the future. So, yeah, I mean, interesting. I've never gotten into these games. It looked kind of impressive, though.
Yeah, like mechy, they're like these battle mechs or whatever, kind of robots going at each other.
Yeah.
See, I've never heard of it, really. Seems like something that would be pretty good for an arcade game. I wonder if this originated in the arcade. Maybe it did.
Yeah.
But, hopefully they're good for the people who like them. I'm glad they're coming. Obviously, if there's 3 of them, hopefully there's a lot of fans out there that'll look forward to this. So.
No word on Advance Wars.
Oh, yeah.
That's still just delayed because of the war with Russia and Ukraine. So.
Yeah, that's another thing where I get the empathy level, but there's also all these other games that have wars going on in them.
Like this one that we just saw.
Like this one we're literally looking at. I'm looking at on my screen. Yeah, Front Mission. That's a war. It looks like there's war stuff going on. Call of Duty, obviously, wartime.
But that's not Nintendo published.
It's not Nintendo published, so I get they're more conservative in a lot of ways, and they want to do the right thing. But, this war could be going on a long time. And if they want to do the right thing forever, good for them. That's good on them for wanting to do that and sticking to their guns. No pun intended.
Yep.
But at the same time, they spent all this time for this. They announced this game. They put all this work into it. And eventually, if they don't release it, it's going to be one of those things where it just doesn't get released. Or, I guess they port it over to the next system, which is possible. It happens more, these days.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I guess better off than abandoning it. But yeah, I'd like to see this game come, even regardless of what's going on in the world. However bad that may seem, I think we're at the point now where no one's going to get super upset. Maybe rename it. I don't know. Even the name, I don't think Advanced Wars. And there's other conflicts going on in the world besides the Russian-Ukraine conflict war.
Yep.
So again, and there's other games out there that are portraying war and stuff like that. So I wish they would just release Advanced Wars. I think it's we've reached that point where we got
Agreed.
But let's get the game out.
Welcome back, Aaron.
Hey.
The internet is alive and kicking.
Yes. Spectrum, great, reliable service.
Yeah, we have a monopoly up here with Comcast that just has terrible service. So I feel your pain. You're no longer in the wonderful Austin place of bountiful.
I miss my Google Fiber.
Oh,
I know.
Gosh,
nice.
Yeah. Fiber is pretty decent, although it's AT&T, so it's only as good as it can be.
Mm-hmm.
This podcast brought to you by AT&T and Comcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, internet. What a disaster state in the United States that is.
Yeah, it's
so
bad.
Yeah. Next up, we got the first of many farming games. This one's Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life. And I must say, there was a lot of farming games in this direct, and I actually passed along. So
yeah, there were. But the last direct too had a lot of farming games as well.
I must say, I passed along my Switch to another family member, like extended family member, and that person, I've been talking with her about what she's playing, and farming games are really connecting with her. Like, she's playing like multiple farming games. Like, she has access to my entire library of all the first-party Nintendo games, but she's gravitating towards some of these really well-drawn and just cozy, enjoyable places to hang out farming games.
Not Animal Crossing, right? Like,
no, I recommended that one. She's not checked that one out quite yet.
Is she doing Stardew Valley?
That is one of hers that she's checking out right now, and she's very much hooked in that one. There's a couple others. I forget the names of them. It was kind of funny because I forgot I had the parental control thing still linked up, so I could actually check the playtime and stuff for stuff, and she was really getting into some of these. It was her the Switch actually was we thought was stolen for a bit, so I opened the app and was trying to disable some stuff, but it looks like it came back to her, so all is good there. But anyways, so I understand why there are so many farming games, because I think they sell really well to this huge audience of Switch players that aren't all gamers like us, that have different interests, and I think this one also I thought looked pretty interesting. With was this the one with the people growing and it seemed like it had a decent story behind it too?
But Story Seasons, that's the one we're talking about right now?
Yeah.
There's so many I couldn't, sorry.
Yeah.
This is the one that is actually Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is actually from the Harvest Moon developers that were bought out or something. It's hard to keep up with.
I thought they left.
They left or something. Yeah, they developed their. That's what it is. Yeah, they left the studio and developed their own game.
Okay.
Which is now this.
It looks a lot like Harvest Moon. I thought it was Harvest Moon at first because they look so similar.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, very cool, and I understand this demographic.
Yeah, I like farming simulators. I guess that's the other RPG. We're talking about RPGs earlier. Yeah. I played a lot of Harvest Moon for Game Boy Color, which is based a lot on the Super Nintendo one.
When the iPad was young in its life. We Rule and like We Farm. I think it was We Rule was the one I got super into, and I understand some of the stuff with that game is long dead.
Did you ever play the Smurfs Village game where
no.
Okay, never mind.
No.
Okay, never mind. I didn't play that either.
I never played Farmville, but I played We Rule. Next up, Splatoon 3. The first Splatfest is confirmed, and I'm proud to say I am now in the Splatoon 3 ecosystem. Last night I purchased Splatoon 3, played my first couple matches, and I forgot how good this game Splatoon is, John. It's good. It's a good game.
Yeah, I'm really liking Splatoon 3.
How's your first week with it?
First week. What is today? Wednesday, so it's now less than a week. Played a lot over the weekend. It's
what level are you at?
Level 21. I'm rank A plus, about to be rank S.
S is top, right?
S plus 50 is top. There's 50.
Plus 50?
Yeah, it goes up to 50. And then you go
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was X rank in the last games, which is above S plus 50. Oh, that's God, yeah. Luckily, they made some changes this game. The original Splatoon, your rank carried over from each of the different ranked, different games.
Mm-hmm.
Like 4 different ranked games you can play, and in the original Splatoon, you just had 1 rank. In Splatoon 2, they switched it so if you switch between playing like Splat Zones and now it's Tower Control, like you had a different rank per different game. They switched back to how it was in Splatoon 1, which actually like a lot better.
Yeah.
The ranking up system's a lot, I think, easier on people and a lot more forgiving if you happen to get like really bad teams. You kind of use your rank up points to kind of say like I want to play a ranked series and have a chance to win maybe like 200 to 300 rank points. I have to give up like 100 rank points to do that. So it's kind of like, spending rank points to gain more rank points, which is cool.
The economy is interesting. Also, with buying weapons, like you're owning tickets and stuff, it's not straight money.
It's not money, yeah. And dumb me, I jumped in Splatoon 3, and I was like, man, I don't have any gear. I need to go buy gear. Let me go buy every piece of gear because in Splatoon 2, I had maxed out my money 2 years ago. I had 9,999,000, instead of buying anything, it was just like, yeah, whatever, just buy, and I jumped in and literally bought like 3 articles at closing, and I was like, I'm out of money. I was like,
and then you couldn't buy weapons.
I can't buy anything.
That's hilarious.
Luckily, coming from Splatoon 2, they give you 3 golden tickets, which lets you buy whatever 3 weapons you want, regardless of level, which I did, which was awesome.
Which 3 did you buy?
I bought the 96 Gal, which is my favorite weapon.
Okay.
It is a long-ranged, heavy hitter, kind of slow.
Oh, so you're a sniper.
Oh, it's not a sniper. It's not. I wouldn't say long range. It's more of a backline weapon. It's a backline weapon, but it's not a sniper or a scope or anything like that.
Okay.
Much more of a chuggy,
it's like a shotgun.
Like a shotgun, like a big old choom choom choom, like you're shooting some shots. It's got a really heavy hit. The RNG on it is really bad. You could shoot like perfect reticle on somebody like a couple times, and if the RNG's not, it's not
it's luck
against you. Yeah, it's a little bit more luck. But man, when it hits right, it hits good.
Does it burn through ink?
Not really. Maybe a little. I usually use a lot of ink saving perks.
But I should use one of my golden tickets in this time.
You got golden tickets? Yeah, I mean,
I've not used any of those yet.
I tried out the 52 Gal is a similar weapon, but it's a much closer range and shoots much faster.
Okay.
It's got a little bit better spread. So if you're something more akin to like the splatter shots and maybe more close range weapons, I'd say try the 52 Gal out first and then move up to the 96 Gal. Yeah. But I also got the Squeezer. The Squeezer is a semi-automatic weapon, which is really fun to play with. If you tap and hold, it shoots ink at a pretty decent rate. But if you do this, it's cool because it's kind of semi-automatic and automatic because you click and hold, it just shoots kind of automatically, but it's less range. If you do the automatic, you kind of pump the trigger, it shoots much farther and you get much better shots and much harder hitting. So that's a really fun weapon too. The Jet Squelcher is another weapon I like a lot, which is the 3rd one I got. But yeah, no, I'm liking it a lot. It's everything I wanted. The lobby system's way better. just a lot of improvements. If you play a lot, it makes it much nicer to play. If you play a little, it makes it much more enticing to play. You don't feel like there's more
with ranked battle, am I able to join you, or am I because I'm not ranked high enough? Will I not join your ranked matches?
We can join ranked matches together. We can. Okay. There's ranked match series, which is the ranked is now called anarchy mode instead of ranked. It's still ranked, but in Anarchy series you can't play with friends, but in Anarchy Open you can just play with friends. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. You're able to earn a lot more points in the Anarchy series. You can still earn a lot more rank up points. You can still earn rank up points in the non-series, but it's a lot less. Like the max you get is like 8 points a match if you win, it seems like. So a lot slower. So I was playing with some friends over the weekend, so it was a lot slower to rank up because I was playing with friends, which seems fair because if you're playing with friends, you're probably communicating a little bit better. You probably have a leg up, so if you're able to jump in there and get a lot more points in the series, I don't think that'd be fair. So
yeah,
a lot of stuff in there that makes sense. But yeah, just jumping in and out of matches is a lot easier in this game than the previous ones.
Now, I switched up my desk setup and have a much bigger monitor. I have a 27-inch monitor that I use my iPad, and now I have this little portable switch thing that I'll bring on road trips, and I plugged it in. It's just a simple AC plug that has an HDMI and USB-C port on it, and I now have the Switch. What's that?
Works with the Switch?
Oh yeah, it's designed for the Switch.
Oh, okay.
It's a great little device. It's like a dock that is no bigger than an AC plug, like a MacBook plug on the wall. It's phenomenal. So I'm using that at the desk, and it's wonderful having a gaming console hooked up to a big 27-inch screen on your desk. Like, that's much better than a TV setup in my mind.
I've been doing that for years. I've been saying that this is the way to do it.
That's the way I do it, Aaron. Yeah. This is lovely.
It is nice.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to be doing a lot of gaming in that manner, and it's great having the Switch like that. So, and it's great because the iPad uses Thunderbolt or USB-C, and when I'm not plugged into the iPad, I can just plug up my Pro Controller with that same plug when that's on use. So it's great.
I was going to say you could just get you can get like one of the Elgato things like I have, and you could start streaming, but you're on an iPad.
Yeah, that doesn't exist yet. Now there are iPadOS 16 has the ability for hardware makers to make drivers. There's driver kit for iPad. So my hope is one day Elgato will make a driver for iPad and enable this functionality.
That'd be cool.
So we'll see.
I think someone will make some sort of driver for it. Yeah,
it seems like there's a market for that, and people will make it. But yeah, I wish I could put my PS5 down here, but this is the cat's room, so litter. Sometimes I need to clean off this desk with her being still a little sandy, kind of nasty. So I'm gonna leave PS5 upstairs, away from any damage from that. I always basically empty the keyboard and stuff goes in the drawers when I leave,
my God.
Does she need a mat?
There's a mat. You know how litter works.
I don't never know if I've walked into my office and had litter on my desk.
There's a couple. There's a couple. It's not terrible.
She's not carrying clumps out, because I had a cat.
No, there's no clump. It's the pretty litter. It's like the crystal stuff that never clumps. It's like.
Don't you want it to clump?
No, you don't.
Clump up a little bit.
How do you scoop it? If it doesn't clump?
There's no clumping. You don't have to worry about pee. It kind of does this thing, some chemical reaction.
I don't understand. How do you get it out?
Well, what do you mean? How do you get it out?
If it doesn't clump, how do you scoop it out of the litter pan?
The poop kind of dry. The litter The litter does dry up the poop and make it scoopable.
What about the urine? The cat.
Yeah, what happens to that? It's just
you just mix it up and it's fine.
What? Nope. That's not a.
No. Yeah,
I'm not mixing up. What do you mean mix it up? I'm not mixing up urine.
Yeah, it mixes up, and there's some
You have to mix it up.
Yeah, as you scooping the stuff out.
You should get a different litter that like clumps the pee so you can just take out the brick.
It should be one big brick of pee. Yeah.
No, you guys should look at this pretty litter. I love this stuff. It's great. It is amazing litter.
Sounds
so
unnatural.
far. It's on your desk, and you have to.
There's like a couple sand drops.
Get it up like soup to get it out of your litter pan.
I'm a fan of this litter. It's great. I wish I had the little robot that's on our to get list at some point in our life.
Robot.
Robot's on our list at some point in our life.
I love the robot. Yeah, get it.
So that seems great.
The little like hand vacuum that John got us.
Oh, I did just get a hand vacuum as well, so I got that. That's ready.
That hand vacuum.
Anyways, and the other reason why the PS5 I don't think would work as well down here is the Ethernet port is upstairs. And I don't know, maybe I try out a power line thing to get Ethernet down here, but I'm not sure it'll be nearly fast enough. So it's nice having the super fast Ethernet port up there for the PS5 because I do a lot of remote play, and it's good to have that hardware.
What TV do you have? Do you look? What TV is your PS5?
It's not good. It's like it's a 4K TV, but it's one of those smart TVs that you get for like $300. That's just not a good quality TV.
Gotcha.
And it's probably like a 39 or 42 inch TV. I really want a much bigger TV, but I don't have the say in what goes in the living room.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
So like the best monitor I have is on my iPad, and then this computer monitor is probably a step below that, but bigger. And then the TV is like I'll watch in PSVR if I want a truly cinematic experience.
Okay.
Yeah, our TV situation does not make me happy.
Well, there's more to life than a TV.
There is. And thankfully, I have a beautiful iPad screen, and this monitor now is pretty decent.
Yeah, I think honestly, I played better in Splatoon on my. I used to play a lot more on my monitor. Not as much recently, but I feel like there's definitely less lag. Input lag, which is super important, obviously, for online games.
Oh, because you're actually closer to the console.
You're close. Well, the screen's smaller, so I just think it's got less pixels to like push out to a giant 65-inch TV, which I have in my living room.
But they're both 4K. Is it the same resolution it's pushing?
It is the same resolution, but on a smaller display, I don't.
Okay. Yeah.
It should be a lot easier for it to push out, I think. I don't know.
I mean, on the OLED Switch, this game looks incredible as well.
Oh, yeah, it looks good either way. But I think the millisecond delay, just default on my monitor, is lower than the delay you get out of the signal on the TV.
Yeah.
Although my TV does support like FreeSync and all that other stuff, and I mess around with it, and I was playing with it with the PS5, because I was getting all that set up, and I was like, I'm going to try the 120-second, PS and Spider-Man. They're like, do this and do that to set it up, and I did it. And man, the PS5 was not happy after I did that. It started flickering, and the display just started.
You need the right HDMI cables, I guess, and the right HDMI port.
Well, it's the right HDMI port because my TV, you have to go in and turn on the. God, I don't even remember what they call it. HDMI something.
Yep.
And it's supposedly supposed to work because other people with my TV model, after I updated the firmware to the TV, which I had to connect to the internet to do, which was, that was fun all in itself. But yeah, anyways, with the latest updates, it should all work with FreeSync and 120 frames per second, HDR and all that stuff. But I just think, I don't know, the game settings weren't cooperating because it was freaking out and started flickering a little bit. I just got to mess with it a little bit more because there's the performance mode and there's also performance mode with ray tracing. There's multiple different modes, so I just got to play with it, I think, to get the right settings and everything.
So the Splatfest. You're on an abandoned island. You choose food, tools, or fun. I mean, the obvious right answer are tools because I can fast and survive for a bit there, and I can hunt with the tools, and I'll make my own fun. You're on an island, you can go swimming. I mean, come on.
Or you use your tools to build something fun.
Exactly. Yeah.
The tools can make everything for you.
Yeah.
And the fun can't give you food or tools.
Nope.
And
food, you're gonna run out of that. So, what are you going with, John? Follow me and Aaron's logic.
Well, I follow your logic that gear obviously is the right choice to bring to a desert island. Like, I mean, you can bring food, but I mean, the real question is how long are you on this desert island?
That's true. You're not giving that information.
Desert island? Is this like a week thing? Is this like a Survivor CBS sort of thing? Like 22 episodes we're going through. But gear is the right answer. But the Splatoon answer is fun. Because fun goes up with my favorite idol, and you always pick the Splatfest that goes with the idol that you care about most in Splatoon. That's what everyone does. I don't care what people say. The idol is Big Man. Big Man is the manta ray that is the idols. The idols are the three idols, the singers for the game. Each game is
that's right. Yeah.
Ali Marie.
So that's why there's three choices now. There's
three choices now because it's Splatoon 3, and that's why there's three idols in this game because it's Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
Typically, you always pick the one, regardless of what it is that your idol is on that side of. So I'm going with Big Man because I like Big Man. Big Man says fun.
I'm going to be going against you, though. I'll be going with the
we'll probably lose. But it doesn't matter because with Splatfest, as long as you play enough games, you get a ton of super shells, or super sea cell. What are they called now? Super snails. It's been so long since the last Splatfest, I forgot.
Yeah.
But those are used to, reconfigure your gear, which is super important now in a brand new game where all your gear has been, wiped away, and I have to rebuild all my gear from scratch. So I'm super looking forward to having this.
And I'm very excited because this is a long weekend I have at work. So I have Friday and Saturday off, and I'll be able to play some of this, I think.
Oh, you got a long weekend? That's cool.
Yeah. So, very excited.
Yeah.
Octopath Traveler 2. I've never played the first one. I've heard good things. Anything to say on this one?
There's a lot of Square Enix games in this direct.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I wish that they would have just separated them out and be like, here's a Square Enix showcase, and here's a farming showcase. Like, there was just too much.
Yeah.
And when you spread it out, it makes it pretty noticeable that you're like, leaning heavily into one thing. But this game looks cool. I didn't play the first one because I didn't want to buy it. And now it's a part of Xbox Game Pass, so I'll definitely be playing it.
All right. Very cool. They Farm, another of the farming games. Looks great. Looks like another fun farming game. Not for us, I don't think.
Well, I mean, if I'm going to play a farming game, I'm probably going to play Stardew Valley, I think.
True.
Even knowing that Harvest Moon developers came up with Story of Seasons, or... Yeah, is that what's called? Story of Seasons?
Yeah.
I think I'd still play Stardew Valley, just given mechanics in it, yeah. But yeah, a lot of farming games. Really weird.
Farming games.
Really weird.
Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line. This looked cool. There's a lot of content they're throwing in this from a bunch of different series.
Yeah, so this game may actually make me break my deal and actually buy like a game for the Switch. Because I've been wanting this on the Switch for years. And finally they're coming out with a Theater Rhythm for the Switch.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a Dance Dance Revolution, but with music.
Very cool. Yeah.
Rather than dance music.
It looks great. I mean, it sounds something I don't think I'll pick up. Do you think you'll get the big one with all the songs? There's like different versions.
No. That was... Yeah, I just get standard stuff these days.
Yeah. I mean, I understand it with the music because they're licensing music, like you're paying for the music itself. But yeah, I get it if like the standard has enough music for what you want out of it. And then Rabbids and Mario Sparks of Hope. We saw some more footage. This game looks great. October will be a very, very busy month, and I will play this game. Probably not at launch though, because of what all is going on in October. So, anything to say on this one?
I still haven't played the first one.
Oh, it's good, man. And that DLC with Donkey Kong, that is also...
Keeps going on sale, like super cheap.
Yeah, it does. It's a fun one. It's fun. It's challenging, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's one you can easily find for like $20.
And you can find the gold. I mean, I've seen the gold one for 15 before.
Oh, yeah. Really? Wow. Okay.
Which has the DLC in it. It's wild. A Rune Factory 3 special. I've never played a Rune Factory game. These I know are beloved.
One person told me that Rune Factory was really good years ago, and I didn't trust that person, so I don't think
it's a farming game, right? This is a
I don't know really what it is.
I don't really know what it is. Yeah, another pretty popular, yeah, like you said.
Yeah.
But never got into them.
So next up,
yeah, this is a farming game.
Part of the trilogy of farming games we got.
Yeah, and there's like animals and stuff. Yeah, this is totally a farming game.
So I was yelling in excitement for this next announcement. The N64 expansion pass editions. We've got a banger lineup coming. We got all 3 Mario parties. We've got Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. Excitebike 64, 1080p, 1080 degree snowboarding, Pilot Wing 64, and of course, GoldenEye 007 multiplayer online play, which is exclusive to the Switch version. The Xbox version is only local multiplayer. I'm ready to break some N64 controllers with the Mario Party, and I'm ready to do some online multiplayer of these games here. What say you?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool that they announced like Excitebike. When I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, that's the one I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
But I mean, like GoldenEye, of course, everyone loves that one's a classic. But the thing I don't like about this is they didn't say when it was coming out. It's just later. And so they're just like, buy the N64.
When's the Xbox One launching? Is that out already?
No, they didn't give it a date. I don't think.
Yeah, so whenever that hits, would you guys play Mario Party online?
No.
Like that seems like a fun thing to do.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, we should play. Aaron, I don't know if you have expansion pass.
I've never played Mario Party.
What?
Yeah, I've watched people play it. I've been there and I've had the opportunity, and I'm like, nah, I'll pass.
1, 2, and 3 were great. The other ones I have no affinity for, but that original trilogy, I have spent some hours in those games. Those
I find some mini games in Mario Party fun, but the overall board game experience just to be grueling and not enjoyable. That's how I've always.
I loved 2 especially. 2 is so good.
I'd rather just play the mini game, a few mini games I like a bunch, and then just forget the whole board.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Just mini games.
Yeah. I enjoy the board game experience, but we should. I would like to play this at some point if you guys are up for it.
I'm up to playing GoldenEye. We'll play.
That would be So GoldenEye, I'm excited for that. Slappers only mode. Let's get drunk.
GoldenEye is going to be a lot of fun. I mean, this is obviously really big news.
It's huge, and it makes me hopeful we'll get Perfect Dark.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
I want to Farsight's only, just shooting through walls all day long.
The multiplayer on that's like even next level.
Yeah,
it's like
so good.
Really, really good. It's probably it might be peak FPS, honestly.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's like, and even like it's fun to do the crazy modes like proximity mines only, and just blow up the whole.
Yeah, I mean weapon selections. The weapons are just so good in that game.
They are. Yeah,
and if you ever play with like the AI, the bots, what do they call them? They call them bot. The
bots, like the Vin.
The Sims.
Yes, the Sims. Gosh,
my gosh, they can be so challenging.
That game. That's peak multiplayer. I feel like.
And I think me and you, John, both got the N64 Bluetooth controller for the Switch.
Yeah, I got 2 of them.
So I'm ready.
I'm gonna probably lend or sell one to my brother or something because after he saw this, he was like, "Yeah, I need this." The thing is, the Xbox version is going to be different, it seems, from the Switch version.
Yeah, 4K. It's like remastered, but there's no online play.
So we're in this dynamic where we're getting one version. We're getting the OG version with online.
Yeah.
We're getting the updated version, which you can still play with original graphics if you wanted, but they're getting no online. It's
weird. Like I kind of want to replay the single player through Xbox Game Pass cloud streaming or something.
Yeah, I would like.
Because I don't have an Xbox.
1 month of that, and then play the game.
Yeah.
You even get your free trial for your first month, and
there you go.
The game.
And you can play anywhere with that.
Ooh,
right?
I wonder if you could pair the N64 Switch controller to like the iPad, which sports Switch controllers.
Because I think it would work. Yeah.
I wonder if I could play the Xbox game with that N64 controller.
I feel like you're going to want to play with dual analog if you have the option.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe
I always hated the C buttons.
I love the trigger on an N64 controller because it actually feels like you're pulling a gun.
You're holding a gun.
You really are. It's position. It's the only trigger in the right spot for a trigger.
But once.
I feel like all controllers feel like triggers now. Like when your hand is in that same placement on like a PlayStation controller.
Yeah, and you're still doing the same I
guess. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm curious to try. I'm curious to see what the remastered one looks like.
I guess shoulders.
Yeah, I first want to see. Have we seen screenshots of the remastered, or was it just announced vaguely?
Only the leak stuff, which is apparently the same.
Okay. I mean, I already own this game because I own Rare Replay on my Xbox One. But
nice.
My Xbox One is in storage, and yeah, I don't know. I wish I could do the Xbox cloud streaming for games I already own without paying Microsoft any money, but that's not a thing yet.
Poor Sony getting left out of this one. But
yep. Well, I mean, Rare is owned by Microsoft, and Nintendo published the game originally, so there you go.
Yeah. MGM still owns part of the game too. I think it'd be interesting. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, it's still kind of crazy to me that this actually is happening because
the licensing behind, Amazon's involved in some way. Yeah, that's crazy. Amazon licenses through MGM and
MGM.
Yeah, so you have Amazon, or Microsoft, and Nintendo, I think, involved in this in some way.
Yeah, it's really weird. I'm wondering if Nintendo is the one who said yeah, we can do this, but our version has to have online play, and you can't have it.
Right.
It's so weird.
Nintendo would be petty like that, though, wouldn't they?
It's like the exact opposite version. You would expect it to be the opposite. You expect the Xbox version to have online, and the Nintendo version to not have the online. So I don't know.
I think it'll probably come later.
I hope it does. I was also kind of disappointed that it is going to be in the N64 app. It's going to be in there with all the other games. Which makes sense because the online, that's where the online's already built out and everything.
Right, you do one update file and you get all the games in one update.
Well, you also get those borders around the game and all that other.
Just thinking that
all that other crap that just does not make it the ideal experience.
True.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe for this one they'll make it special because they know.
Yeah. I'm excited for 1080p snowboarding. I loved that game growing up. We'll see how that is.
1080 snowboarding?
1080. I always call it 1080p, but it's 1080 degrees.
1080p. 1080p snowboarding.
I really want Road Rash 64. That game was freaking awesome.
I like the Rush games. Rush Snowboarding Kids was great too. But yeah, 1080 is great snowboarding. But there's no multiplayer in 1080, right? It's I
don't think so. Yeah, Road Rash I want, though. That thing was great. I love being on a motorcycle, grabbing my weapon, and knocking people off. It's great.
Yeah, Pokemon Stadiums are fun. Those have some fun mini games. Kind of weird. You're going to have it without having the Game Boy games to hook up to. So
yeah,
maybe they'll do something. I don't know. Excite Bike, though. Yeah, Excite Bike. That's underrated.
That's a good one.
Good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't have expansion pass, right, Aaron?
No.
Okay. Is this going to push you into that?
If the Pro system comes out, that I can.
Okay.
I can use it on. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, N64 games, I'm not sure if they'll benefit from a Pro system.
Well, that's the only way I'm going to be putting any more money into my Switch at this point.
Okay.
I spent so much money on that, and it just... I still got that first gen one,
You do?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. If you plug into the external monitor, though, I mean... No.
It still struggles. It sounds like it's trying to take off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my fans are not bad. with my. I don't know if you have dust in there or what the deal.
First ones, man.
Got that way over time.
Are the fans working hard on your original Switch, John?
My original Switch, I handed off to my brother. I sold off to my brother when I got the second version for the better battery. But man, I didn't have to, obviously. But when I played in dock, that thing was it sounded like a helicopter.
And the OLED's not doing that.
No.
It's weird because it's the same chip inside, right?
Well, I think the nanometer was reduced. I think it's a smaller overall.
So it's like more power efficient?
It's more power efficient, I think, just by hair. And I think, I don't know, maybe the overall heatsink might be adjusted as well in the new Switch. But yeah, it's also one of those things where I used it a lot too. So maybe just wearing that particular fan out, I don't know. But definitely my experience where it was loud. It was
you should open up, see what's inside.
It looks kind of warped. It will not like. I think I talked about this once before. Like the back plate looks a little bit warped at the top, like it got too hot, but it's not really expanding and coming apart. But you can tell
it's like
that it did not come like this. So, yeah.
Okay. Next up, Various Day Life.
Another simulating game.
Yep. Factorio. A sim management game. People like it, I guess. I've never heard of this one.
I don't know.
And then id, which
what is this?
I see this girl with red eyes. I actually forget what this one was all about. And then we got second free update to Mario Strikers. We're getting Pauline and Diddy Kong, which I'm very excited about Diddy Kong, and some new stadiums. I really want them to add new modes to Mario Strikers.
Yeah,
the base game is a fun. The mechanics are sound. I just want more modes.
Yeah, it's like they got such a good bone. The bones of the game are so good, but there's really like no meat on these bones.
Yeah, the foundation's great, and it's so much fun having 8-player local multiplayer. That is also great. But yeah, I want more modes.
Diddy Kong wasn't even the game to begin with. Like seriously, Diddy Kong? Like I don't know. Pauline's cool. That's cool to see. More stages they need, but yeah, I just feel like it's going to take a lot of updates before I finally pull the trigger on this one because I actually really like this series and the games are fun, but I just don't feel like unless I have someone to play with, there's nothing here to keep me coming back to this.
The single player is very challenging. Like the AIs, it's tough. But yeah, it's most fun with a real player to play against.
Yeah.
And if you don't buy it, you're not going to be supporting it. You're not going to be able to make new content. So,
oh my gosh, what do I do?
What do you do? We got Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key. Rise of Returns. We got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Wave 3. In which they highlighted a Christmas-themed holiday course, and they said holiday of this year. So we're getting another booster pack and perfectly timed for the Christmas season. I love these tracks they're pushing out. This is a really cool thing they're doing, I think.
So how much does this game cost if you bought it on the Wii U and on the Switch? And then also, is this the last Mario Kart that we're getting? Is this like
this is Mario Kart as a service. We're just going to have all the courses right here. How much is this expansion pass? It's like 20 or 30 all in.
I don't know. I just had the
I have it through the
once a year thing. Yeah,
that's how I got too.
Yeah. I don't know, but they're really, really milking it, aren't they?
They're really milking this game. It's pretty wild.
I mean, I love it because these courses are great.
They are okay. I was not super impressed with all the latest additions.
I mean, they are not as good as the original courses designed explicitly for this game, but they're still fun. It's fun to have new content here.
It is, but I'm like, how can these courses that are coming out now not look as good as the courses that came out
because they're porting them from the mobile game, generally speaking.
Okay, we'll see. But some of those, I don't know. Even some of them were like remakes from like DS games and stuff. Didn't look as good, I feel like. But
well, those were also those games from the DS. They ported those to the mobile game, and that mobile port is then coming to Switch. Okay. So all of these tracks, I believe, originate from the mobile game in some way.
Got it. Okay. Well,
and this is, I think, the better way to play those courses because you have real controls.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously. You know, play Mario Kart.
Mobile, yeah. And some of the mobile first courses actually are pretty coolly designed, where each lap is a unique track, like you're going different directions and stuff. And those are some of the most creative courses so far, which is really cool. Nintendo Switch Sports Golf got a delay from fall to winter, but we are getting golf later this year.
That game was like out before. I mean, all they had to do was just re-release it, pretty much.
You know, they're making sure those gyroscopes are lining up perfectly.
Yeah.
We're getting 18 holes, I believe, or 27 holes, something like that.
So we're getting the correct number of holes?
I think so.
18? Okay.
I think so, yeah. I don't own this yet. At some point, if it goes on a fire sale, I will get it.
Another game that if I had friends over a lot, you would definitely be like, yeah, I like the bowling. Let's play bowling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when the Wii U one came out, you could like rent bowling for a night?
Yeah, that was an idea. That was
an interesting idea. Like, it made sense, kind of, too.
But it did kind of make sense. Yeah, it did.
Yep.
Like, it's not enough for me to buy this game because I know I'm going to have friends over just for this one night, but I'll spend a couple of dollars to be able to play this for one night.
Like, let's order some pizza and rent bowling for $4.
Yeah, that was an interesting idea.
Yeah. I wish I bought that disc because it's worth a lot now.
It is. It's one of the most valuable Wii U games.
And I never bought it. I can't believe I didn't buy that disc.
Who would have known?
I know. Wild. Pikmin 4 officially announced. This was a game that Miyamoto teased was like, we're making Pikmin 4 back in the Wii U era. That he was like talking about it.
Or was it like, oh yeah, I forgot about this, and now I'm actually working on it. And look, I made a T-shirt.
Yeah, the T-shirt's for sale, evidently, on the Nintendo Online store. You can buy that T-shirt he was wearing.
Which will fund the creation of Pikmin 4.
Absolutely. And I kind of want the T-shirt. That kind of looks like it's kind of like one of those incognito video game shirts that you can kind of get away with. It's like, oh, flowers, and no one really knows what it is.
I'm seeing flashbacks of a Metroid Prime 4 logo that looks awfully familiar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you've done this before, haven't you? You showed us a logo to a game with a 4 after it.
And then, like,
but did they announce 2023?
They did. They did say 2023.
I think they would not announce this without them being sure it's next year.
Yeah, I mean, they did Zelda. I mean, I just watched a 2-year-old
Zelda's different, though. I really think Zelda's different.
Fair enough.
But they really been working on Pikmin 4 longer than this Zelda, so...
Yeah, there's less pressure on this one, though, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, there's less pressure because you can just pick up your phone and play this Zelda...
he was selling pretty hard on the Bloom. Was like, I go walking. I want to explore the city and go to places I haven't walked before. I mean, he had a good pitch. Like,
the game's like almost a year old. What are you're just now talking about it? You're like,
a really good pitch about that. Yeah.
That no one knows anything about. Let's talk about it for 20 minutes.
I do love how into Pikmin Miyamoto is. Like, it's like a passion project, you know.
Well, it made me. I was kind of like, I thought they were gonna show a trailer for the Mario movie because I think he started talking about the Mario stuff. Yeah. I was like, oh, cool. Well, maybe we'll see what this new Mario movie actually is gonna look like. Nope, nothing there.
Nope. But I can't wait for Pikmin 4. Pikmin 3 was just phenomenal, and I think they're gonna do some cool things with control interface for 4. I don't know if they'll be able to top Pikmin 3 and Wii U as far as controller interface because like. That tablet with like the stylus and the Wii controllers, like you get all sorts of fun ways to play that game. And yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see.
Didn't they release a version for Switch that did most of that stuff? Didn't they?
They did, and it's a good port. It's a good port. I think I prefer the Wii U controls a tad better, but
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I feel like they don't have a lot of new stuff in this game if it is really, kind of far along, because the one thing that they showed off is a screenshot from Pikmin 3 pretty much saying that you're going to be able to now view the game from the Pikmin level. But even the screenshot they showed us wasn't from Pikmin like height. It was still up high.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So if that was their one feature to show off, that wasn't great.
I think they just weren't ready to show everything yet. I'm optimistic. Like, all the Pikmin games have been of such high quality that I think Nintendo's going to have a good amount of finish and polish on this thing. And each Pikmin game, in my mind, has gotten better than the one prior. Like, 1 was good, and I think 2 improved, and 3 was even better. Like, I played all 3. I think they progressively have been getting better. So, Just Dance 2023 edition.
The game
cool.
That never ends.
It never ends. No Wii version of that.
I'm surprised it didn't come out on Wii U.
I know. I ended that a while ago, I think. Harvestella looks like a beautiful game. There's a demo you can download as well. But yeah,
so this was the one that you could like play now, and then when the game comes out in November, it'll like transfer the stuff you've been doing in the demo.
Yeah, which I think is so smart. Like, that's a great way to sell a game. And then our busy October starts with Mario and continues with Bayonetta. Mario and Rabbids continues with Bayonetta 3. So we have a release date, which I think we had before. And they were pitching this on. In the first one, Bayonetta was, only about herself. Then the next one, she was caring for her friend. And now she's saving the world. I thought that was an interesting pitch, how she's becoming a better person. But this will be great.
Yeah, it feels like, just give it to us already. It's been, you keep showing it to us. I'm ready,
I'm ready for it. I think this will be a day one for me if I have the time at this point in my life. We'll see.
Well, you're also going to have like 6 Resident Evil games to stream online.
I know. Village and 2, 3, and it's the Biohazard one, yeah. So 7. 7, 8, and 2, and 3. Which, why would you get I guess if this is your only console, you pay full price for a cloud version that you can only stream. Like, I hate this trend, but
well, it's because Switch can't run those games. So it's like, we'll just give you a movie, basically.
Yeah.
Playing a movie. I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess.
It's better than nothing,
right?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, Xbox does the cloud streaming, and I think this tech is getting better and better. I've not tried this on Switch in a while. They do give you that demo period to see if it works with your internet.
I mean, it does stink like on a portable system where you're like, I'm going to bring this on an airplane. And then it's like, no, you're not going to play this game on an airplane.
Nope.
Give us $12 for Wi-Fi for an hour, and maybe you'll be able to play.
Doubtful.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess it's better than nothing. What was the other one? The Kingdom Hearts also came through cloud.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't actually even heard how that even performs, or if people are still...
I heard not well.
Are people downloading and playing that? Is that a thing that happens? So
yeah.
I mean, obviously these are coming out, but
it's weird. Sifu. So surprised to see this one. People have been, saying, expressing their praises about this game. This came out early this year on the other consoles, and it's a brutally difficult game. It has some new, easier modes enabled with the later updates. So if you're not into that challenge, you can kind of tone it down a bit. And people just freaking love this game, where you die and you age as a result of that death, and you start as this young kung fu fighter. By the end, you're this old man, and people love this game. So I'm glad to see it on Switch. I didn't think it would make it here.
It does look pretty cool, especially when you get old. It's like you're an old man going through fighting all these youngsters.
Yeah.
Each time you die, is it like, do we know, is it a day? Is it
It's
like
a year.
Yeah, 1 year.
1 year.
So, man, if you die even like 40 times, you're like an old man.
Well, I think you start when you're 20 or something. I'm not sure.
Even still, if you start when you're 20, you die 40 times, you're in your
I know you're 60. And I'm not sure what the limit is, how old you can be, if it's like 120 or...
You got to go around and kick some serious butt.
Yeah. And I guess like part of this game is you intricately learn each level. I think there's like 6, maybe 7 levels that you by the end of this you like have it down. Like,
yeah, that's cool.
You can make it through in 1 year without dying.
Oh, I bet there's some crazy like people out there that play through, and it's what do they call it? Where as soon as you die, you start over. You're not allowed to die.
Mm-hmm.
Not even once. Yeah, this game looks really cool.
So, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion, which is a prequel to the PlayStation exclusive Final Fantasy VII Remastered, it's coming out for Switch. This is a weird thing to come out on other platforms, I think.
Yeah, I think it had already come out to other platforms, I thought.
It was announced for other platforms, at least.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I'm not sure if it hit. It might have hit other platforms, but yeah. It looks great. I don't know how this is running on Switch. It looks beautiful.
It's basically a movie. No, I don't really know. I'm just assuming that they're doing something where it's kind of playing a lot of pre-rendered stuff.
Yeah.
That's what the original Final Fantasy VII did, so I wouldn't be surprised if they brought it back.
But I heard they did some good things with this remake or whatever remet. Yeah, I heard it's good. Radiant Silvergun. This is out now, and it kind of looked pretty cool as like a quick game to jump into. Kind of this endless shooter thing.
Not sure I always like these types of games, and it's cool to see one of these coming, but needs to be more.
Yeah. Endless Dungeon is another game coming out. I forget exactly what this one was all about. Then we had Tales of Symphonia Remastered.
Wait, you didn't have anything to say about Endless Dungeon?
Did you do anything? I kind of forget. What was this one? I kind of forget what this one was.
Yeah, it's like a dungeon crawler. It's like 3-player. It looks like, I don't know if it actually has co-op or if you just like recruit players to like go, or people in game to go along with you. But you have 3 people going through this dungeon, and it looks pretty cool. I like dungeon crawler games. So
okay,
it's a roguelike, right? It changes each game.
Yeah, I thought it was like procedurally generated. I'm not sure if it's like a roguelike game or not, but I know that like the levels change.
Changing stuff. Okay. Yeah, it looks cool. This is probably the most interesting like Sega game I've seen in a while. This is Sega. Right?
I mean, the new Sonic, the 3D Sonic is.
Oh man, right? Yeah, that. Yeah, they didn't show that interesting enough.
They did not. No, it's coming to Switch, I guess.
It is coming to Switch. Yeah.
It's coming out like 2 days before God of War Ragnarok, which is interesting.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. Who's getting the Sonic game? You know.
Only you. You're the only fan these days.
I mean, if it comes to Wii U, I might get it, you know. Sit right along that Lost World game.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, the Lost World.
That was a classic. That was a classic.
Oh my God! Wow.
I own that on both 3DS and the Wii U.
Rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. What about Sonic Boom?
I never played that one. They looked weird though.
Yeah, but didn't you? I thought you bought it though.
I might own it.
Yeah,
I've never played it.
You do own it. It's in the plastic.
It might be in the plastic. Yeah.
Oh man.
I own a lot of Wii U games. My collection there is pretty expansive.
As expansive as the Wii U collection can get.
I mean, I think there's more Wii U games than there were N64 games.
Maybe by like 30 or 40.
I own at least 100 Wii U games on disc.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
That's crazy.
So for a while there, I was thinking to myself, like, I can collect them all in real time because there's not that many, and then I kind of lost track of that towards the end. Yeah. The last game that we haven't talked about, because we already talked about the Tears of the Kingdom, or Tears of the Kingdom, is the Kirby game, Return to Dreamland Deluxe, which is was originally the Wii game, the return of Kirby to home consoles. And I forget if I've actually played that Wii game. I think I might have. They're adding like a mech suit and some different mechanics to this one.
It came out super late in the Wii's life cycle. I'm pretty sure this is like that game flew under the radar like right at the end. I'm pretty sure.
Did you play it?
No. I didn't.
Any interest in this one?
Maybe. I heard good things about the game in general.
Yeah, I always wanted to play this one, but it was super hard to find at the end of the Wii, so I never played it.
Kirby games always put a smile on my face. Like, it's just such a positive, delightful tone.
When's this one coming out?
March, I believe. Like, did they put a date on it? I thought they said March.
Even still, that's like two pretty decent Kirby games within like a year of each other.
Yeah, I loved the 3D game. Like, that was great. I finished it. It's a good one. And that's the direct.
Did you talk about Lego Brick Tales?
No.
Yeah, that game looks
excited
cool.
about that one.
No, it just looks cool.
Oh yeah, there's a sizzle reel. It did look kind of interesting.
I don't remember seeing that one. I did remember seeing the Disney Pixar kart racing game.
Yep, and the Life is Strange Arcadia Bag Collection, which I think that'll be a great game to play on Switch. Like, those are really fun games. I love very good story games. I really like those. And every now and then, I am jumping in the Fall Guys still on my Switch, and Season 2 is coming out shortly.
Yeah, that's cool. Cool for people who are still playing the game.
Yeah.
It's a fun, like, if I want to get cheered up, I'll open up Fall Guys for a couple minutes. Play a couple rounds. It's got the kind of Splatoon 2 and 3 energy of just a bright, cheerful game.
So I play that game on Steam whenever I want to play it, and it's no longer on Steam. Like, I got it when it was.
Right.
And,
it's an Epic-owned game, right?
Yeah, and now it's really weird because I want to, like, redeem the Twitch Prime stuff, and I can't because I just can't figure out how to do it, and I don't know. That's not cool that they did this to me. Because I even paid for it. I paid $30 for that game.
Yeah, I got it as part of PS Plus because it launched there on PlayStation. So I have it there, and then I got the free-to-play on Switch. Which, yeah, it's a good port on Switch. I mean, it runs great, I think. I mean, there's some things they do to kind of cheat a bit, but it's overall a good experience. And then, anything else about the director or anything else in general? Okay.
Nope, don't think so.
What's you, Aaron?
Nope.
We did see the comment about amiibo collecting, which we'll cover at the next episode when there is not a direct.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So we will get to that.
I think I actually have an amiibo sitting outside my house that was delivered by Amazon.
Yeah, I have the Minecraft ones showed up for me. I actually ordered a second because I forgot I placed the original order. Then another set went up. So I have two of those now. And I stopped buying two at some point where I tried to stop buying two. Anyways, we'll have to talk about that next time.
We'll get into that for sure.
So yeah, this was super fun and good episode. A little bit longer than our usual. So with that, we're going to start to wrap it up here. Aaron, where can folks find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter and Twitch occasionally at Sage Levi. Cool
deal. What about you, John?
You can find me everywhere online at John Wesley, mostly on Twitter.
Deal. My handle's TCHATEN, and I also host the iPad Pros podcast. thanks for watching or listening. We'll chat another 2 weeks here. Bye.